Welcome to the Liminal Open Codex. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Liminal Codex. This is Anna. Hopefully you guys are finding this just before the full moon in Libra that we're having here on April 1st. April Fool's Day, but it is no joke. So this is going to be in particular useful for relationships. We just had Venus that moved into Taurus in their home. Taurus's ruling planet is Venus, so that planet is very, very much at home. Okay, we're being asked to. So the card that we received, by the way, this is. I wish. There we go. These are the. This is a huge 144 or 140 card deck in regards to every every ancient tradition out there. The one that we are looking at right now is of let's see here, Nordic tradition, spoken power, gladiator. Okay, your voice carries more power than you are using. The words you speak and the words you refuse to speak are shaping your reality. What words need to be sung into existence? So this is really asking you, where have you been keeping your silence? What have you been suppressing? What is it, perhaps in a relationship, that you've been saying, I'm keeping my peace to keep the peace, right? So let's see what is hidden. Let's see what is hidden, my guides, ladies, if you would please. I mean, I can't help but notice, yeah, the Five of Wands being here. So it seems as if there is an air of contention. It's like, yeah, I don't want to rock the boat. What is being hidden? What is being hidden? What is being hidden? The Chariot. Someone could be moving forward. You may be focused on forward movement. Cancerian energy here in the Chariot. Look and see where you have Venus residing in your chart. If you're not sure, you can always get a very detailed chart from me via Etsy. It's super inexpensive for the amount of information that you get. Believe me. Let's see. Why does this need to come to the light? Why does this need to come to the light? The Six of Swords. It helps facilitate the conflict in the mind space and the moving on to calmer waters in the mind. Swords are of the mind, right? You may be conflicted about this. Okay, let's see. What is the result? What is the result? What is the potential outcome? We have the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is not necessarily a bad card. It is stability. It's holding on to what is stable. It is maintaining your stability. We have Temperance here underneath the bottom of the deck. Hermit, Virgo energy, Sagittarian energy, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like some of you have been planning this for some time, maybe quietly, patiently. This does appear to be a healing move toward whatever this is. Maybe it's finances. The Four of Pentacles can often be construed as the card of the miser, holding on to every last penny, every last dime. You may have convinced yourself that there are financial limitations that keep you stuck where you are. I feel like you're releasing those if you take this advice. Why it needs to be revealed. Yeah, there's some sort of conflict that you're able to move away from, move on from. So what is crossing the Chariot? Why is the Chariot being impeded or stopped? The Nine of Wands. This is self-imposed. Okay. Why is the Six of Wands, or the Six of Swords, pardon me, being blocked? I feel like you're afraid to move forward. Okay. Am I? Yes, I am. Okay. There's a lot that is inhibiting this forward movement. There's a lot that is crossing what happens. I feel like these are what ifs, these are fears. On the one hand, yeah, there is an ability to have a passionate new beginning. The Ace of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius energy here. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This speaks to knowledge and wisdom, possibly even overanalyzing, wanting to know exactly how this is going to turn out, because we have the Four of Cups here as well. You're saying, what if I move forward? What if I move forward and it's not sunshine, rainbows, and unicorn farts? What if I am just disappointed, apathetic? I'm here. I showed up, and so did my emotions, and they're not what I expected them to be. If this is a processing in your own mind, the King of Swords can sometimes be a bit too analytical. That could explain why we're seeing the Nine of Wands being the crossing energy. What could hurt or help this forward movement here with the Chariot? The Chariot is about chasing the star, forward movement towards success and victory, away from what he has always known, into uncharted territory. The lesser octave of that in the minor arcana would be the Six of Swords, the Eight of Cups, moving on to something that you don't necessarily know for sure. And I feel like you want a guarantee here. That may be why we're seeing the Four of Pentacles here, the potential outcome, the Four of Pentacles. Speak this into, you're gonna have to summon strength in order to, Leo energy here, crossing, to let this go, or to accept that yes, you may be starting out with not as much stability as you would like, as far as the Ten of Pentacles say, but the Four of Pentacles is solid, it is stable, such as the Four of Cups. This is almost telling me that you have to have the strength to accept that everything will be stable and just. So it's like saying, I accept this new offer, I accept this new path, but knowing where I'm going, I know that it's going to be stable. There may not be a lot of highs or lows, but it is stable. Again, another four, Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles, with the High Priestess. Yeah. I almost get the sense of that some of you are returning home. Now, if you have been living, say, in a different state than where your family does, in a different country, something of that nature, you may be saying, it's time for me now to return home. The Six of Cups, the Four of Wands, where I have always in the past felt stable, felt was home to me. It feels like you are having the courage to speak, I need this stability in my life. I need to return someplace. And there is deep knowledge behind this. The High Priestess coming out. There's a sense of personal happiness here. Maybe you're allowed to be yourself. Now, this doesn't have to be back to a parent's home or anything like that. It could just be the town that you remember, the lifestyle that you remember. If you've been in a place that has not suited your growth, forward movement, you may be saying, I tried it. It was not what I thought it was. Let's say that you move to a grand city, and Houston is pretty big, but Los Angeles, New York, to name two that just come to the top of my head. You may be saying, not all that glitters is gold. Where I really honestly feel the and the High Priestess can be like an intuitive pull. It's been showing up in my dreams. It's been showing up in my Cancer and Piscean energy, by the way. So that's why I say dreams. The moon, dreamscape, Neptunian energy, very dreamy. I feel like there is something that you've been keeping quiet about that needs to be vocalized. I need to go back home. You may have made friends. You may be in a work situation that is not really, I feel like you're contending with You have 3 4s here, so 444 could be very significant. I just kind of get the feeling that this is an energy that is saying, I have to overcome. What's being hidden is that I want to go back home. I want to, whatever that means to you, I want to return home. All right. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes and this could be for a season, this could be for a week, this could be for, I'm seeing 9 days, 4 days, something like that. This long weekend that we have coming up. For those of you who celebrate, happy Easter, blessed Ostara. Let's see here. What is the advice from the universe? What is the advice, please? Spirit, what is the advice? What is the advice, please? Thank you. If you're noticing changes within yourself, it's because you're already leaving the old version of yourself behind. You're elevating and shedding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are ending and new beginnings are on the horizon. You deserve this new chapter. Put it in the comments down below. I deserve this new chapter. I deserve what is mine. I deserve personal. I deserve my whatever it is that you feel that you deserve. Insert comfort here. You deserve this new chapter. Whatever chapter you're moving into, I deserve this new chapter of my life. I've worked hard. Speak it into the universe. There's something here that you're withholding, admitting, and it may be the fact that you need to return home for a period of time. It may be that you feel more comfortable at home. It may be, hey, I made a mistake. I thought that things were going to be great if I just shifted location and my problems followed me. All right. All right. As far as the signs are concerned, we have Cancerian energy in the Chariot. We have the High Priestess, Cancer, and Piscean energy. Heavy water I'm feeling here. Even though we're trying to analyze this passionate new beginning, is there some way that I could reignite the spark? Possibly, because the Four of Cups, I'm feeling kind of meh. Okay. For some of you, forward movement or going on a vacation, getting away, going back home for a short visit could be something that reignites a passionate fire within you. Maybe this is where, if you're a writer, if you're someone who is very creative, and the Ace of Wands is associated with creativity, fire, you could be saying, I need to return to my home, my roots. I need to return to a place that brings nostalgia for me to capture that in my music, my poetry, my written word, whatever that be. All right, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, the strength, Leo energy. That is really all that I have as far as major arcana is concerned. But yeah, the High Priestess, the Hermit, Virgo energy. What else did we have underneath the bottom of the deck? I called it out, but it feels like Temperance. You've been patiently waiting and kind of a bit quiet, very, very introspective about making any kind of moves here. I feel like there is something that needs to come out. There's a conversation that needs to have. The King of Swords can be an honest conversation between individuals. And yes, it may leave someone, if this is a relationship, this is saying, yeah, we need to have a talk. There are some things that we need to get out in the open. We need to move forward. Maybe the relationship is not moving forward. Maybe you have finished. I don't see anything here that says, but I feel like you're wanting to move forward in some area. You're feeling like that's what's needed here. Possibly to clear the air, like I said before, the Six of Swords is moving on to calmer waters. It could be that you reignite the spark with this person. Overcome this analytical mindset or the chilliness between the two of you and return to a place where you feel solid and stable in the past, or have. But I get the feeling that you're in this kind of Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles. I'm keeping it together. Everything is stable, but that doesn't mean that I am happy. Okay, guys? Do some self-reflection. Sit with the energy of this reading, if it resonated with you, please subscribe. It is free and it greatly helps out the channel. Make sure that you like, make sure that you comment. I deserve this new chapter. Whatever it is, you can share what it is in the comments if you feel comfortable doing so. If not, completely understand. All right, guys, that's what I have for you for this full moon in Libra. Take care, and I will see you guys again here soon.